Can I just quickly get where are you right now? Are you in your house? Are you in Manila? Where are you? Uh, that was very informative. Thank you. Where- I literally asked where you're right now. Like, are you in uni or you in? Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't throw any parties. I didn't throw any parties this time. I stopped with the party. I don't even come for voice chat anymore. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's start. We need to get a bit of information out before start of the race. This championship. Am I? On that note, everybody, welcome for round six. I did not know I was live on air. Sorry for a little behind the scenes conversations. Don't mind us. If Kenjek would be nice enough to pull up the race and the practice session, it'd be nice. So I can do a bit of a commentary. So, like I said, guys, we're here for round six in the second half of the season officially. And wow, okay, Ballista's on the pace. A week of Minecraft is playing off well for him, isn't it? Crazy. Look at him. Oh, this guy is absolutely built different. But shall we also talk? Shall we start the Shall we start this broadcast by talking about Tobolo and his 12 hours of Baptist outing yesterday? Oh, you don't know? Ah, so Tobolo got seventh in the Baptist 12 hours on iRacing yesterday. So he did a great job for. Well, he was representing Oceania Racing League, but he's still a part of Artito, so he did quite well to represent himself. So yeah, great outing there from the Norwegian.
Yep.
And as you see here, he's currently in fourth place, once again showing his consistency. As a bit of a dark horse this weekend, who do you have as a bit of a dark horse? I know who mine is. Let's talk with.
It's gonna be difficult
I'm
with
going to say
this one.
Slushy Cat. I would definitely say she's a bit of a dark horse in this one. She's showed pretty good pace around this track. A lot of practice
I
as
think
well.
I think I'm gonna go with Ballista on this one. He's going to come out
I
much
mean,
more hungrier than ever.
absolutely, absolutely. He's down in the championship. He's currently two places ahead of NAF. Obviously, Alex Dew now is getting into the 59s as well. Great for the Ferrari driver. Now I was talking about underdogs. I think it's quite evident that Ballista and NAF once again are going to be the two drivers to beat. Who do you think is going to be best of the rest? And an outside shot.
Excluding Naf and Ballista.
Yes, because they are the top two in the championship right now and are pretty much on
Uh,
another level currently compared to everybody else.
I don't know about that. I mean,
Yeah, I think
Slushy Cat was there. She's present, and she obviously has the talent to go toe to toe with those guys. But
absolutely. Mm,
yeah, I guess I'm going to go with Slushy because
yeah,
I don't think there's any
definitely.
other choice.
So yeah, I would say Slushy Cat as well. Great to see a bit of a
No,
great
wait,
today on
sorry.
13th, right?
I want to back up my facts as well with Tob because he's on a
You can never count out Tom.
he's been on a form recently.
He has, and let's not forget he got a win last time out as well, didn't he?
Yes, he did in Spa first
So
race.
and he's currently third place in the championship with an outside chance yet at a championship as well.
The
So
gap between Ballista and NAF right now.
absolutely. Like I said, those two are operating on another level right now in this championship. And NAF currently holds 30 something point lead over Ballista going into the second half of the season. I can definitely see the Japanese starting to wrestle back some points in his home race. He will want to make an impression today, that's for sure. And as we say that, he's gone even faster with a 59.4. And he's getting ever closer to the server best lap time set by Hydro on a 59.3, I believe.
And we
So
actually mentioned the fact that we are being blessed by the server owner today as part of the commentary team.
hello, there are two now, but thank you.
Yeah, I forgot you're the co-owner.
He's the original. Nah, he's the original. Let's be real. He is the original. He's the OG, and yes, he will be part of the commentary team as will Pruny. Oh wait, I mean Kuri. But I assume Kuri's not going to talk much.
Hey, hi,
So.
Rory.
It's a bit of an inside joke, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware.
Hello.
But anyways,
Sorry
back to
for
the
the late reply.
Anyways, back to the action on the track. We've got six cars separated by a second. Don't you think it's a bit weird to see Scooby off the pace? About a second off at the moment.
Um,
Considering
He just have to
considering
get it locked in.
Yeah, considering Slushy's up there in fourth with a controller as well, it shows to me that the controller is also quite decent around here. So, yeah, Tobolo, not sorry, not Tobolo. We're watching him on screen. Scooby has a bit of pace to find. If he wants to challenge the guys at the front. Alex Dew's back again. Alex Dew got a win in his last outing at Phillip Island. Oh, did he? No, he got an outing in Zandvoort rather, his second last outing. So yeah, the rookie's back. He missed the last race, I believe. So it's great to see him back. Obviously, he had a bit of a mare at Phillip Island, caught up in tons of accidents. Some of his own fault, some not of his. But hey, that's part parcel of racing. So great to see Alex back. And let's not forget, we've got two females on the grid today. Raven's back as well for the first time in a long time.
Yes, that is true. It's glad that we have Raven back on the league. Well, at least for just
Absolutely,
one
Raven
race.
is back.
She's always
Absolutely.
yeah, she's always a feature in every races that we had.
Absolutely. It's great to have Raven back. She was a regular for quite some time in Formula 3 last season. So the American driver will try to produce the goods today for herself and Mercedes. Two Mercedes cars on the grid today, and at the moment, Raven is heading the two of the Mercedes cars. Rogers seems to be about 8 tenths off the pace at the moment. Lakeban, the other Mercedes driver, is not racing today. So yeah, we've got about 13 drivers, potentially more, who are going to be racing today. And yeah, I think it's going to be a battle between Ballista and NAF. And judging by the gap in the championship, Ballista might be starting to take some risks in the championship fight, especially with the margin that close to NAF. So we may see a side of Ballista, which we saw last season, where we start to see some more where we start to see a bit of more aggressive side to him. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how this pans along. And with that, I'm quickly going to go take a toilet break before the voice brief. So Kenneth, take it away. I'll head over to GT as well.
Well, are any of you guys want to add more comment to what we have today?
Say something, Pruny.
Just
Yeah.
want to say that Tabla
Tabla
Tabla has set the server best of his car.
With a Ferrari.
But
Yeah.
Blob.
it's still ways away from Ballista and NAF. That's
I think
about
it's pronounced
6.
Tobelo.
Yep.
Something.
Yeah, Tablo. It's always
Well,
Ballista and NAF is in the league on their own.
yes, they are. They are quite near within pace of each other compared to the rest of the field.
Which Italian is P3 right now? Alex Gui or Alessio?
No, it's Alex Ju.
Is Alessio here?
No, Alessio is not racing with us. I think he's had enough, but I think I just saw someone spun there.
Oh, now took the fastest lap
Of
in this practice session.
yeah, 1:59.394.
It's
Wow.
also the server
believe it.
best.
They're just separated by hundreds there. And yeah, anything to add in for the pre-ratio before we start with the real broadcast? The start of the broadcast.
Please join us at discord.artito.racing.
Well, there we go. A plug of our server of our own. And yeah, please do join us. The link for the Discord server is on the description below. You just have to click it.
Can we see the other drivers?
Yes, we can. Yes, we see Peter
We
currently
have
beached
here-
at Dunlop Corner. I don't know what flag is that. Is that
Is it not
Hungarian or
Italy?
something? No, it's not Italy. I think it's Hungarian.
Yes, I believe you are correct.
So Peter, the sole Hungarian driver, driving
see
the
now.
M3 GT2, currently in
Oh,
12th
went a little
position.
bit wide there.
Yeah, this track is very challenging for the new guys. It's been an old track. It's
200R.
been here ever since, and it's one of the few
Oh,
greats, I
is
believe.
Zayn back? Please save us from ourselves.
Come to GT. Come to GT.
Okay, we're going to start the
Oh, he's
the
gone
race.
again.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, sit back, relax as we take a short break to move on to the actual broadcast of the race.
All right, guys, round six, second half of the season. Welcome. Great to have you all. Good turnout for Suzuka. Actually, I was not expecting a big turnout. Looking at the attendance sheet, Kuri, Mr. Prunes. We've always had that intro. Great to see you active again. That's for sure.
Bob, how was the
Terms
weekend?
It's not the time for chatting about that, my friend. We're here to talk about a race. So with regards to the race, guys, questions from oh my god, where did we race last? I'm so bad at remembering this. We raced
Spa.
at
Spa.
Spa, yes. Questions from Spa. Kenneth made that, by the way. Um, yeah, Spa. Questions, anybody? Scooby, since you're technically the voice of all the drivers, is there anything you want to add from Spa?
I would like to raise my hand up as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
sure. I'll let Scooby go first. He's like a GPDA leader slash director, whatever it's called.
There were
So,
plenty of people who cutted the Irouge.
or
yeah,
I
yeah,
think it was
but
Radion as well. Yeah. All right. So, is that the only thing you want to talk about, Scooby?
yeah, only that.
Um, So, what do you think is a solution for that? Because, yeah, I noticed on stream a lot of people were cutting it, but then no one reported it. So I'm like, okay, well, if no one's going to report it, I'm not going to go out of my way, or we're not going to go out of our way to discuss about it. Do you have any solutions for that? Because at the moment, it doesn't seem like we have one, and people are just taking liberties with track limits,
Let's
which
just
is
give
annoying.
everybody 5-second penalties.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's fair as well. Even to people who don't cut. Well, Scooby, don't worry. If you've got an idea later on, yeah, just text it on the staff chat or whatever. I'm reading the stuff you sent on league management, narrow track. Yeah, guys, important. Narrow fast track. You guys remember what happened at Phillip Island, right? Let's not repeat Phillip Island again, especially for the sake of Alex. For the sake of Alex, let's not repeat Phillip Island again, okay? Yeah, so overtake
Fine.
carefully. Try to. Um, Degna 1. Degna 1 and Degna 2, you say time advantage, right? So by cutting it, obviously, you're extending it, or both.
Yeah, extending it. Most
Extend.
probably extending into the green area. But
And does it,
yeah, you have
does it,
advantage time, but somehow you slip and make it
mm-hmm,
slipper for the uh position for you the rear position enemy. I mean, uh,
or
be
Rafi's it.
careful on that green area because it's so slippery. You can just span off with that green area.
So long story short, should we monitor that during the race?
Um,
With our
nah, it just
usual
it just
way
it
of,
just it just warning for just cautious in that at the part. I'm
okay,
more into the 130R that
okay.
section.
I have another concern, a serious one this time.
Mm-hmm,
How
mm-hmm.
much how much could the drivers extend the exit on Degner curve?
White line is always defined. White
White
line
line.
defines track limits. Two wheels over the white line, always. Yep, that's the way. And like I said, if you want to monitor track limits, there's going to be two ways. We do it on stream like we normally do, and the drivers will have to self-report, or not self-report, but report other drivers. No one's nice enough to self-report, apart from Lakebot and a few others. Yeah, that's going to be one thing. Um, so yeah, are we monitoring track limits? What do you think? We don't no need for Degna 1 and 2.
No need, no need.
Okay.
Only the spoon curve and then the 130R and the last chicken.
Well, chicane, yeah. So same way of monitoring like we normally do,
Yeah, it should be.
because there's no other way of doing it, right? We don't have
Yeah.
active policing, so okay, we'll do that. Spoon entry can have some skittish. Spoon exit curve might be a one extending. Yeah, I think 130R extending from what I can't remember. I've driven the Suzuka mod once, but 130R if you cut it too much, it kind of slowed you down and made you quite unstable anyway, didn't it? From memory, so
Yep.
oh, must have been another mod. I don't know.
Somehow you can get an advantage from it.
Can you? Okay. I mean, the thing is, the straight's not that long, right? So you don't have to carry that momentum for a long time.
Yeah,
That will
yeah.
affect it. So, okay. So, long story short, again, we're monitoring that.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay. So we're monitoring spoon and we're monitoring 130R. Correct?
Yep.
Okay. And last corner.
And the last corner, especially and at the entry of the chicken, the casino triangle.
Yes. Yes. Enter the chicane. Yep. Okay. So that one is a cut, right? So
Yeah.
that one is going to be a cut, and 130R is going to be an extension. Spoon is going to be extension plus cut, right?
Both of them.
Or
Extension on the first spoon curve and then extension on the exit of the spoon curve into the backstretch.
Yeah, we'll monitor that. No problem. Obviously, as always, qualifying doesn't matter because there's no active way of taking away lap times in the game. So yeah. All right. Anything specific with regards to qualifying, if someone's on a hot lap behind you and you're just coming out of the pits, just let off the throttle and don't compromise anybody's line into turn one. That will result in a pretty serious penalty in regards to penalty points. So don't do that. There's a few people in the race for qualifying, so try and manage the gap between cars, please, during qualifying, because it can get a bit nip and tuck with a lot of cars on track. That's qualifying, and then race turn one is very fast, guys, and it's not a big braking zone. So, look, I'm expecting a few incidents into turn one, but try and keep it clean, because every time there's not as much of a braking zone into turn one, people are going to start making even bigger moves. So just be careful and try and keep it clean the best you can. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the first sector is quite fast anyway. So yeah, just try and keep it clean through there. Um, Patience is going to be of the essence as well in the last corner, especially in the chicane. So try and exercise a bit of patience because don't do a center and cross from 89, please. You've got a big long straight after that. So try and be careful of that as well. That's pretty much all I have to cover without rambling on too much. Is there anything else anyone would like to add, or we good?
Good, I
Five
think.
Mississippi, four Mississippi. All right, Scooby said it. All right, 3 minutes. It wasn't a long brief. Good stuff. Go out, enjoy the race, and I'll see you guys next week. Ciao.
Okay, ciao, good luck.
Thanks, Roger. See ya.
There we have it, the race briefing. Probably the shortest briefing that we ever had.
Yeah, not much to cover. Most of these drivers, yeah, they're pretty used to Suzuka. So great to have a short briefing. Not too much to cover. Yeah, onto the race. Going on
Here,
in DP. Let me take a quick inspection. Hang on.
well, here we are, guys. We only have 5 more minutes of practice time before we swap over to our usual qualifying.
Oh, I love this new layout of the leaderboard. Oh, Peter's
Oh,
got
and Peter, yeah, the Hungarian driver, sole
So
Hungarian driver, if I'm not mistaken.
really good what you've done with the leaderboard. You can tell who's in a Ferrari, who's in a Beamer, who's in the Merc. How do you do that?
This is a different. I used a different
Looks
leaderboard.
nice, to be honest.
Yep,
It is really nice.
it is.
It looks a lot like F1, right? Where they've got like the colors on the side of the teams they're representing for. So
It's much more
yeah,
refreshing than what we had last time.
yeah. I didn't know this corner's called 200. Interesting. That's the first. You learn something new every day. Actually, while I do that, I'm gonna have to bring out corner names and corner numbers because, as you know, I'm quite bad with that stuff. So let me just do that really quick. Actually, corner names I'm pretty good here at Suzuka, but corner numbers.
We go now. Now we can hear the engines.
There we go.
So there's 3 runners for the race today. Sorry, not 3, 13. My mistake.
Mhm.
And right now, it's looking quite the usual.
Absolutely, it is. Like we said earlier, Ballista is gonna start getting his championship. Has got to start getting his championship back on track. And if there's one man who can do it, it's our 3-time champion. So let me just quickly go have a look at the championship, the point standings going into this race. So let's have a look here. So we've got NAF sitting on 140. Tobolov is actually second in the championship, 19 points behind NAF. Ballista in third, 36 points behind NAF. And it's a story of what may have been, right? Because remember, NAF was leading the race at Spa, and then he binned it, and he's lost 25 points. Like I said, Kenjake, how important do you think those 25 points will be come the end of the season?
Well, right now we're currently in round 6, and I think every bit of the point, every count matters.
Absolutely. I mean, it might be a thing where what Naf had there might be something like what Lewis Hamilton had in Baku 2 years ago when he had the brake magic issue and he lost 25 or 26 certain points. So it's going to be interesting to see if that will come back to haunt the Brunei driver, because we're talking about a gap which may have been in the realms of 60 points if Naf pulled it off. So 60 points would have been a lot for Ballista to catch. So that accident that Nap had in race one last race was definitely a big one. So
I believe it's going to start as a catalyst for both of these drivers to try even harder, to push the limits even harder.
And absolutely, I'm someone who looks into the psychology part of sport quite seriously as well. Is it going to be playing in the back of Nat's mind that those 25 points can come back to haunt me come the end of the season? Especially if the championship starts getting really close.
We especially don't want to jinx it, but yeah. At
Yeah,
some point
exactly.
it will. Maybe not. But it's the one for the future. And I don't really want to do a prediction.
As things stand, Ballista can go out of Suzuka with the points lead. It's a tough stretch. A lot needs to go his way, but it's possible. If Nav pulled off the win last weekend, Ballista could have a double win weekend. Nav could have scored no points, and Nav would still be leading the championship going into the next race. So that's what I mean by those 25 points. But like we said, let's not predict. Long way to go yet, but definitely interesting things to come in the second half of the season.
Let's not forget, this is actually Ballista's home race today.
Yes, absolutely.
So
what better way? What better way to begin his championship fight back, isn't it?
Yeah, he might hit the ground running on this one.
Absolutely. When I think of someone like Lewis Hamilton in real life, if you notice, every year in Silverstone is where he steps up his championship fight. And it's going to be interesting to see if in the virtual world, if Ballista's going to do something similar now, where in his home race, he's going to start mounting a real championship fight once again. Like I said last weekend, he wants to get back. He wants to show he's still the top dog here. He does not want to lose a championship 2 years in a row. So
who doesn't want a good home crowd advantage?
Absolutely. And I'm a neutral. I want this championship to go down to the last race. I want this championship to go down to the reverse grid race in wherever the last race is. So yeah, let's just hope that's the case.
Yeah, whatever is the outcome, I just wanted a nice hard-fought battle, but clean.
And I want it to be fair. Nat having a bit of a moment right before qualifying. Oh.
So we're seeing him actually pushing the limits of the car.
Absolutely, but I think he'll be fine. That's just a bit of an off. You'd rather have that in practice than in qualifying. So
let's not forget they're only separated by hundreds here.
Yeah, half a tenth. And Slushy is right there to pick up the pieces if something goes wrong. So we're seeing a bit of a field spread today, aren't we?
Well, there's the usual top 4 group.
I'd say top 6 maybe, top 7. Scooby, Tob, Raj, Alex, Slushy, Naf, Ballista.
There we go. We have Tob now. So yeah, maybe top 6 is the way to go.
Top 6, yeah. Like I said, Scooby seems mysteriously off the pace this weekend. It's very unlike. I wonder if it's just let's not forget he's the only M3 driver, so I wonder if that's an M3 issue.
No, I would like to correct you. I know Peter is also running the M3.
Oh, correct, he is. Yes. I remember him texting me about it because he wanted TC and ABS for being on a keyboard. Absolutely. Forgot about that. So yeah, with Peter down in 13th as well, it doesn't really give us a representative outlook if it is an M3 problem.
Well, this is the question at hand at the moment for Scooby, is that can he continue the heat that he brought out on race 2 on Spa?
He won the race, didn't he? Pretty sure he won the last race.
Yeah.
Raj won it. No, Raj won it. Remember in the last corner, Raj did him.
Right, yeah, that's correct. But yeah, I believe that he still has a lot of fight left in him. After that, currently, I know for a fact that he wants to get more because he's already close to that goal of his.
And I think like when we talk about reverse grid races this weekend, the reverse grid race here is going to be very interesting because it is such a difficult track to overtake, right? So I feel like the reverse grid race could potentially throw some spanner in the works with regards to surprises. So yeah, the reverse grid race is not going to be one to miss. It might be like Zandvoort all over again, in my opinion, when it comes to reverse grid race.
I mean, you say that, but Suzuka is one of the more greater tracks when it comes to the the traditional ones, and I
Absolutely.
believe
No,
it
it is.
has a lot of
It is
potential.
absolutely. Suzuka is one of the greatest, probably the greatest drivers track in the world. Beautiful track, and yeah, I absolutely love it. But when I talk about what I'm talking about is overtaking opportunities. They are few and far in between here, and especially the reason why those overtaking opportunities are few and far in between is the braking zones are so small, and especially with these GT cars, you're not getting much of a slipstream either.
Yeah,
So
I think with the GT cars, yeah, obviously where it's gonna be much more downplayed, but with the open wheel cars, this track
yeah,
produces great racing.
yeah. If you brought the F3 cars here, it would be incredible.
Or rather the Super Formula cars, so that would be
Or
nice.
Super Formula as well. Absolutely. So yes, practice session's over. Let's give you guys a bit of a rundown going into qualifying. So our three-time champion, Ballista, who begins his championship fight back today, currently topping the timesheet with a 59.341. Naf behind by just over half a tenth. Slushy Cat slotting in nicely in third, having a good margin between herself and the cars behind and the cars ahead, 3 tenths behind as we go into qualifying. So those are the top three. Alex Dew was in fourth, I believe. So yeah, at the moment, Slushy seems to be in a bit of no man's land, doesn't she? Because she's got about 3 tenths of the guys ahead and the 3 tenths of the guys behind as qualifying begins.
Yes, that is true. And who was the first guy out on track today?
Let's find out.
Putting out Slushy, not Alex.
I think
It's actually
it might be
Tobelov. Tobelov is the first one on track right now.
Yeah, let's go on board with Tobolo, shall we? The Norwegian driver, fresh off of his 7th place at iRacing. The man loves his racing, doesn't he? He did a 12-hour race yesterday, and he's right back in the car again for our league race at Suzuka.
Yes, that is true. And will he keep up the intensity that he brought out on Bathurst?
Absolutely. I mean, when I think of Tobolo, I don't think about intensity. I just think of sheer consistency when I think of Tobolo. He's not someone he's not someone who strikes me as a very fiery driver, but his sheer consistency is ruthless.
I think
He is.
he's very timid. He's very textbook. He knows how to drive the car by the books.
He does. You will never see Tobolo overdrive the car on a consistent basis. He never gets too punchy on the throttle or the brake. It all looks so smooth and under control. And his calm head is what allowed him to win last weekend at Spa.
Yeah, poetry in motion, I would like to say.
Absolutely. Like watching him drive is a lot like watching Alan Prost drive, isn't it?
Yes.
Absolutely incredible watching him drive. So let's begin a hot lap and take our viewers for a lap around Suzuka. So as you can see, Tobolo approaching the final chicane, just trying to navigate it, trying to get a nice wide line onto the start finish straight as he will barrel into turn number 1, trying to build speed. That momentum he carried from the last corner will carry you all the way down into turn number 1. So as we go into the first corner, in Formula 1 cars can almost take it flat out. GTs will require a bit of a break going down into 4th. I'm going to zoom back down to 3rd, bring it around into turn number 2. Tobelov seems to navigate it nice and speedy, leaving a bit of time there on the exit as we go into the S-curves. And wow, just there's so many different lines you can take here, and this is what makes Suzuka such a technical track. The amount of different lines you can take through, especially the first sector. Do you want to take a wide line, or do you want to take a tight line, or do you want to swoop in? And then you go out of the Dunlop curve going into 2 Degners once again. It's never, like, the straights are just curved. There's no time for the drivers to rest. Going into Degner 1 there, and then into Degner 2. Got to be careful not to extend the corners too much, as then you will go into the hairpin. It's a bit cambered here, so the inside generally is not the faster line. They will tend to lock up a bit into that hairpin, but with the especially the 458 with their not having ABS. Now we go into what I would say is 200R according to the game, sizing up the spoon curve as we go switch to an external shot there, as he will go into spoon curve once again, just letting the car go to the inside, letting it float back out, and try and maximize the exit as much as possible. And then probably the most famous corner on the racetrack, 130R, a big challenge, especially in GT cars, as Tobolov will size up 130R. He'll probably have to go down a gear into 5th gear. Or will he keep it in 6th? No, he's kept it in 6th. Oh, he's using every bit of the track and more. And he will bring it up nicely for the Cassia triangle, the final chicane, and then want to get as nice of a line as he can through the exit, as Tobolov will be the first car in qualifying to set a time, brings it around nicely to shorten the distance to the start finish straight, and the time they've got to beat is a 59.6. Wow. And let me tell you, he's got some more time on the table there. So Tobolov setting the pace, and he's on mediums as well, so it seems like the medium seems to be a pretty viable tire set for a lot of drivers out there today.
Yes, that is true. And I would like to add a bit of a comment on the
Absolutely.
SS.
Sorry, I heard you bump in, and I was like, "Oh, geez, I don't want to stop my track rundown." But absolutely, what do you want to add?
But yeah, as you said, the SS in Suzuka is also the lines, right? You were mentioning about how to take the SS by lines. And Ballista taking a 159.016. That is something else, isn't it? Closing into that 158, Sam. But yeah, sorry, going back. But it's also about the throttle control as well. If you like to take it more with a blitzy approach, or you want to take it smoothly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
I'm just shocked.
Yeah, I'm going back to the hype.
He's been sandbagging the whole time, hasn't he? Again, he's 59 flat.
Something else.
On his first lap. Can we go on board with Naf? Just to see what he's doing at the moment. But that is an incredible lap time from Ballista. Straight away, no problem. As we go on board with
I can't find Naf.
Naf is 13. There we go. Going into the last corner. I don't have the sector times up with me. I'll pull up the sector times very shortly, as Naf will now go to the start-finish line, and his lap time is at 59.4, nearly half a second down. Kenjay, take over for a bit while I load up the live timings.
Well, there you go. Naf is clearly challenging Ballista for the first place grid slot for the race. But yeah, I think there's still some more left to Naf.
Yeah, but let me tell you now, someone's gonna have to produce their lap of as Tobolov now once just stretching his leg. I did not expect Tobolov to be this competitive today. He's doing an incredible job. Yeah, slotting into third once again. But like I said, so it's gonna take the lap of their life for someone to come anywhere close to Ballista's 59.0. Let's see what Slushy Cat has to offer on this lap.
It's gonna be a no improvement at all at the moment.
Absolutely.
She's
I've got the
up for one more lap.
Yeah, I've got the server up. I'm trying to get the live timing up. Live timing's broken apparently. Interesting. What's happening? Stand by, Kenjay. Just trying to get the timings up, but the timing's not working. All right. Guess we're gonna have to do this without timing. So, have we only had 7 drivers at a lap time so far? Wow.
Yeah, it's only 7 drivers have only set their times at the moment.
That is, yeah, wow. Certainly expected more drivers to the clean lap time. With 2 minutes to go, all these drivers are now starting to approach what might be their final qualifying lap. And it's all or nothing now for these drivers. Actually, Slushy taking a bit of liberties there with Degna 1.
I just saw that as well. I was about to mention it.
Yeah, as we did mention.
Is that legal?
I didn't say in qualifying. I think Scooby said we're not going to monitor Degna 1 until we are going to be monitoring Spoon Curve and 130R in the race. In qualifying, we can't really monitor it, so I guess that's how we're going to do it. As Raven now slots into 7th with a 2 and a flat 0.6 in the Mercedes. As Slushy then misses the first part, Spoon 1, and then she'll go into the second Spoon Curve. That one was a lot tinier. No, I think she's alright.
Is it? Yeah, I have a different line.
I think she's alright. Okay. I think Raj probably took a lot more out of that line out of that corner went on the shot that he went through. So Slushy will. Oh my gosh, she's really pushing, isn't she? I have a feeling she may be down on her time, and she's really having to read that car to its limit and beyond to get anywhere near Tobolov, correction, Ballista at the moment. Oh my god, and that's going to compromise her run. As wow, what's that lap?
Wow.
No, she nearly went second with that lap.
Yeah, exactly.
After that moment. Wow, good showing there from Slushy Cats. 4/10 off. Let's go on board with Ballista's in the pit lane. So he's done for this qualifying. So the only person that can challenge him is Naf. So let's go on board with the Brunei driver. He's going to have one more lap after this if he has the fuel and the fuel in the car to go for one more lap. Naf sizes up 130R, comfortably keeping it within track limits as he will go into Casino Triangle. I have a feeling he's probably starting a hot lap here.
Oh
So
my
all or
god,
nothing
yeah,
here
there's
for this.
a bit of lag from his side.
Absolutely. So Naf now begins what is his final lap of the weekend in terms of qualifying. And it's all or nothing now for the Brunei driver. His championship rival Ballista watches on from the pit lane, eyeing potentially a home pole position from the pit lane. And what a statement that would be in terms of the championship as Naf sizes up. As Naf now sizes up into turn one, looks nice and tidy through there. The BMW does not have a delta time, so we cannot tell if he's up on his best lap as he will go into Spoon Curve, and he's taking a lot of liberties with track limits, the curves there, isn't he? Not track limits, rather.
Yeah, Delta is not working.
Oh, that lag. I thought he was going wide there.
Yeah.
So Delta's not working either, and I don't have the sector times up, but so far it has looked like a decent first sector for Nav, but I have a feeling decent will not be good enough if he wants to get anywhere near that 59 flat at the moment set by Ballista. He's got a Ferrari in front of him. I don't know who that is. That might be Raffi.
Yeah, it's Raffi.
Yeah, it's Raffi in the yellow Ferrari. Oh, he's really pushing that front end at track limits, isn't he? Let's see what sort of line he takes into the hairpin. Nice tight line, as you do. Brings the car around nicely, and then he will head towards 200R and into the Spoon Cars. As he's gonna have to really throw in that front end into Spoon Curves to try and make up as much time as possible. He's got nothing to lose here. He's safe in terms of second. He might as well go hell for leather, and he should know that. And look at him. He's pushing that car. Oh, he's
might be understeering here.
He's got understeering. That going wide there is going to compromise his run all the way down to 130R. So, yeah, I don't know if he's going to improve on his lap time, but that's definitely going to cost him into 130R and potentially into the chicane as well, or the hairpin rather.
Wheels are clipping through his fenders.
Yeah, it really is. Scooby goes into 6th place with a 59.9 at the depth of qualifying. Nice for Scooby to finally get into the 59s, and Nap has given up on this lap. Ballista's got pole position.
Wow. So much space for Ballista there. Especially just coming back from racing after, missing 2 races, or rather 4 races.
Absolutely. He's missed 2 races, I'd like to say, or 3 races, something like that. And he's straight back on pole position. Like I said, is this a Niki Lauda style of fight back here from Ballista this weekend, where he was watching Naf winning all those races while he was away? Whether that motivated him to come back faster, I don't know. But all I can say is that motivation has potentially carried him to a pole position here.
So only the 2 Mercedes-Benz drivers are running out on the track to finalize their lap times.
Absolutely. Raven, once again, back in Artito Racing. Great to have the American on board. We've got a few chunk of Europeans, Asians, and Americans on the grid today. So great to see a bit of diversity. We've got Alex, obviously, who is from Europe. We've got Raven, who's from the US, and most of our drivers are based in Asia. But yeah, great to see a bit of diversity on the grid this weekend.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's qualifying over. Ballista has pole position. Naf just 4/10 behind him. Slushy Cat, well, I think she had the pace potentially for a 59.2. She had some big moments, and for her to get into 3rd place, that would have been definitely a front row start for her. Tobolob, that's a great showing for Tobolob in 4th place. Raj in 5th, Scooby in 6th, and Alex, you in 7th. 7 guys in the 59s. That's great to see. Raven with Swords in 8th, Brad M in 9th, Rafi running out of top 10, and then we've got Rogers in 11th and Felix in 12th.
Not bad.
Absolutely.
They're only separated. Well, the top 7 is separated by tenths, but the whole group is just separated by 2 seconds, which is for me not really that bad.
No, not at all. We did have 13 drivers before, so now we've gone down to 12. So I wonder what's happened there. But yeah, when you think about the gap from 2nd down to about 5th or 6th, pretty close, very very close. So now we wait. Kenjake, this is it. Second half of the season. This is going to be interesting for sure.
Second half of the season, indeed. I wish to see more drama than this.
Yep. Well, ask and you shall receive most likely, because the last two races have been anything but smooth sailing. Phillip Island, Zandvoort, they were all. I mean, I don't even know the last time we had a straightforward race. And with Suzuka, who knows? Chance for even more drama. Another chapter potentially in terms of championship. And tell you what, though, if NAF can pull out a statement by winning the race in front of Ballista's home crowd, that's going to be quite something, to say the least.
I want to see hard-fought battles between the two of them. Maybe taking a
Absolutely.
bit of liberties when it comes to contacts, but yeah, I wish to see safe racing.
Of course you'd say that, Kenjake, wouldn't you? Of course you'd say that. A bit of contact. Nah, of course. We want a bit of rubbing. Rubbin's racing, as they say, right? I agree.
You're a
with you.
NASCAR fan. You should love it.
Absolutely. No, I agree. Especially with these cars, you can get away with a bit of contact. Yeah, we definitely want to see some hard racing. So, as the drivers start to gently rev up their engines, this is it. The second half of the season is upon us. And at the end of it, there can only be one champion. 3 drivers potentially in with a shout still at the championship. 4th, Flashy Cat with an outside chance, but at the moment, the front 2 guys, Ballista and NAF seem to be the 2 guys to beat. They're on the front row here. Has got 15 seconds for the start sequence as the lights start to come on very shortly. Drivers start to rev up their engines. We've got the lights going off now, and as the lights will illuminate the second half of the season, and the Suzuka Grand Prix is go. And it seems as though Ballista's got a very good start with the clean side of the grid. NAF also seems to have as good a start. They should maintain position going into turn number 1. Slushy Cat in 3rd place will have the outside line. Will she push the issue? No. Ballista home free to turn 1. Tobolo might have a bit of a look into the second corner, trying to get past the Thai driver, and
wow,
he does.
Tobolo now in 3rd position.
Yes, so Tobolo has done a great job. NAF rubber banding there a bit. Fairly clean start from our drivers. Great to see. Ballista leads the way.
Yeah, I think they would have to be careful around NAF.
Oh, Tobolo had a bit of a moment, I think, and he got caught on the curb, I think, and that's going to really compromise his line going into. Or then I wonder if NAF had a moment rather, because NAF seems to have lost a lot of pace there, and Tobolo is right on his heels, and this is best case scenario right now for Ballista, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is, because now he's got more than a second already before the end of the first lap, and NAF is being hounded by Tobolo and Slushy Cat. So I think NAF had a bit of a moment there.
Oh, they're going 3 wide now.
Oh my god, and
Slushy having a look down the inside.
Yeah, she is. I don't know what happened there. The gap between NAF and Tobolo really opened up there quite a bit. That's allowed Slushy to close in. And Scooby now is going to be hounding a Slushy Cat. Let's go on board with Scooby really quick. I think Scooby's quite close to Slushy Cat, lining up a move with the spoon curve. Is he going to be brave enough?
He is indeed. He has done it, but also... Wow, understeer wide. Thankfully, no contact.
No. Slushy did well, but once again, Scooby will have to run going into... no way.
Basically a train right now.
Are they going to go 2? Are they actually going to go side by side at the 130? Someone's going to have to give. Hold their breath, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, it looks like they're pushing each other's wide.
Yeah, that was never going to work. 2 into 130, and Raj once again just opportunistic as ever slides into 5th place. So yeah, Ballista leads the way at the end of lap 1, and his advantage over NAF 1.8 seconds. And we've got an incredible battle here for 4th place. Slushy Cat heading that train. Yeah, I held my breath when they went.
Sizing up a move now on Raven. Down the inside to turn 1 maybe? First corner, almost collected Raven on the process.
Oh, Scooby's gone wide.
Scooby's gone wide,
Scooby's not having a good race, is he? This track, I don't know if it's a track issue or an M3 issue, but yeah, he's not having a good race.
Oh, I think it's between the racing all within them.
Yeah, and Raven, I think Raven's doing quite well for herself to be up in 6th place at the moment.
Not bad.
Especially in the Mercedes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just once again, keeping her nose clean, and Raven is in 6th place. As we see Brad M having chronic understeer going into Dunlop curve. So, yeah, Brad M at the moment, just at the back of this train, he's got Felix a second and a half behind him. So, I don't think Slushy is going wide going into Degner too there. So, yeah.
It's relatively clean for now.
We've had a relatively clean start. That moment in the 130R was definitely quite something.
It is.
Yes, Scooby and Cat really getting close. They had a bit of a moment into Spoon Curve as well, but Cat having no issues whatsoever, showing the experience. The
Once
experienced
again,
driver to score.
Scooby gonna size
Absolutely.
up a movements with the Raven here again on the same
Second time
corner.
lucky, or this time he thinks better of it, but it's gonna be so hard for him to keep up with the Mercedes straight line speed though going into 130R. Yeah, you can see even with slipstream, he's not closing in. Is he? He is.
Yes, just a
He
bit
is.
though, just a bit. Not
Just
enough.
a bit. Not
But
enough. He
Cash a corner
probably
maybe.
Cassia corner.
Oh, yeah,
he
here we
might.
go.
Raven
Maybe it
still
will
might.
be.
Go around the outside if he. Oh no, Raven just defends very nicely there. Parks the car exactly where Scooby did not need it, right in the right part of the track, and yeah, good defending there as Ballista sets his race pace 2 minutes to 0.2. So good pace there from Scooby. As Raj now begins his hunt on Slushy, and
Oh,
you
here
see
we go again with
will he
Scooby
go
around the outside now.
third time lucky maybe?
Oh, he's getting pushed once again.
Yeah, Scooby is not having a good outing there. The driver's showing a bit of the door on him, and you have to wonder if he's going to start picking up the intensity and the aggression ever so slightly as well. But yeah, Raven. So it's nice to see Raven get her elbows out of it, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
she's generally quite a clean driver,
That Mercedes-Benz is just like a bus on every corner.
especially in the first sector. So
Exactly.
as all that has allowed Brad M to close in.
Wait, hold on. And Tobilov as well has been going close to NAF.
Oh, Naf. I don't know if you noticed this. Naf had the same thing in Spa where he had incredible one-lap pace, but in the races, it just seems like his pace really died down.
We'll never know. He actually did have a solid chance there in Spa as well.
Well, the thing is in Spa, the first few laps of the race, he had a bit of a mare in terms of the gap. Slushy Cat was hounding him from memory, but then he started pulling the gap, and then obviously that's when the incident started to happen. So once again, at the moment, Tobolo, as you see, Naf
he's
from
really
wide
struggling now.
He really is, and Tobolo, the ice cold veteran, is keeping his nose clean, and he's potentially gonna size up a move here into the chicane. He's not gonna be
taking
close
these
enough to 130
slipstream.
arm. No, he's not. Is he trying to? I wonder if he's trying to get some clean air going into 130R. Yeah, he's not gonna be close enough to
so
do it
much
onto the
lift.
chicane. Yeah, he had a big lift there. Yeah. And as you see, Naf misses the first part of the apex there ever so slightly, not using the curves as much as Tobolov, and you can see how much more Tobolov is gaining through the chicane as Ballista once again does a 2-minute flat 0.2, so
What can we
incredible.
expect? He's on clean air.
But Naf's on a 2-minute 1.9, so wow. Watching Ballista drive when he's
my
not
goodness me.
it's almost like watching a computer drive, isn't it? Just so calm, collected. And as I say that, Scooby's gone into
yeah.
6th place and Raj has gone into 4th. So
Wow, we missed the action back there. But
Yeah, Raj is
Brad
not
M is
under-
not done yet.
Brad M is not done yet. That Z4 looks to be working quite well here on this track, doesn't it? We've got a Z412 currently, and Brad M doing quite well for himself as well.
That
The
is-
Ferraris definitely have not had as big of an upper hand here.
Oh my goodness me!
Oh.
Clearly side by side, even before Degner.
Any other driver, and I guarantee you Top would have gone for that move. But the ice cold veteran once again keeping it clean. Will he go for the move potentially into the hairpin? Let's find out. Naf will probably go defensive
blocked
to
it,
cover
yep.
that, and he does.
Ooh, just locked it a bit there as well. But on the will he get
enough.
on the exit? Not quite.
Yeah. He gets straight onto the slipstream. Well, what is it, Top, and not going for the slipstream, I wonder? I don't know if it's struggling with dirty air or what, but especially
Tires,
with that
maybe?
Z4 straight side speed, yeah. And look at the amount of time these two are losing. Oh!
My goodness me.
Okay.
Was that a bump or was it from rubber banding?
I think a little bit of rubber banding there. A bump at that part of the corner would definitely have caused an airplane crash. But yeah, Tobolov settles in nicely behind Naf at the moment. He's gonna be, if he can keep this gap going into the chicane, he should be able to make a move stick. But at the moment, Naf seems to have just enough of an arm's length to keep Tobolov behind him, and he does.
Here's what I think
So
it's
Tobolov-
going on. I think Tobolov is using Naf as a tool to pull away from the top 4.
Yeah, actually, that's a very good statement, because Raj is only a second behind these drivers, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Raj is right there, and Raj is just on a 2-minute flat 0.5 himself. So, Raj is definitely going to start capitalizing on this, but it seems as though to me at this part of the race that Tobolov has more race pace than Naf. So he's in a bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't sort of scenario where if he
Oh
doesn't
my
overtake
goodness
Naf,
me!
yeah, that was rubber banding.
They're
Where
so
if he doesn't
scary.
go for the move, where if he doesn't go for the move on Naf shortly, Raj is going to be right on his heels, and so is Slushy. So Tobolov, as patient as he is, he's going to have to start hounding Naf a lot more, and Naf is starting to miss his braking zones, the Brunei driver, and this, once again, they're going to go side by side into Degna 1. Oh my
It's
god,
a
are they
bit
going
too close here for comfort.
Oh my god,
Still
Top
makes
is
it.
actually trying to... Top is actually going to try sticking it around the outside. He's going to get forced out wide out of Degna 2. No, he's not, and Tobolov
Raj
will
as
have
well
the
is
inside
just
going.
at their back.
He's right there. He's going to have the inside going into the hairpin.
Here we
Can he
go
make
with
stick?
Tob.
Is he going to make it stick? The Ferrari should have the edge going onto the
Yeah, he did,
exit,
he
and
did
he does. Tobolov has made it stick. Tobolov up into second place, but let's not forget the Z4 straight line speed is going to be ridiculous going to spoon curve, and Tobolov will have to try and take a tight defensive line, but he will have the outside is the faster line into spoon curve, unless Naf really forces the issue, and he has. And he makes it stick
There's
somehow.
There's a bit of contact
There's
there.
a bit of they're gonna go side by side into 130 yard. This is an incredible four-way fight. Oh my god,
crazy.
someone's gonna have to give here once again. We saw Scooby and Slushy Cat going side by side, and Naf seems as though he should have enough to defend going into 130R. I think Tobolov's gonna be right on his heels with the line he has going into the chicane. Naf will run that tight defensive line. Tobolov will try to outbreak him around the outside. He will have the
too
inside. Oh, he's
much.
outbraked himself. He's outbraked himself there, and I believe he might get a slowdown penalty for that. Oh,
That
Oh.
sucks.
No, that was a good fight.
Very
But
tough.
Tobolov, a rare mistake there from Tobolov. He
Very.
really, like I said, he was in a bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario where if he didn't make the move, he was going to get overtaken himself by Raj and Slushy Cat, and in a way, that's what's happened. So, but look at the time they lost to Ballista and all that.
Yeah.
The Japanese driver looking to win this comeback race.
I think it's time for Raj's opportunity to try and take down Naf for second place.
Absolutely. Raj once again showing great pace here this weekend, isn't he? Great to see Raj back on a regular basis. He is one of the fastest drivers we have on the server. So the Indian driver currently residing in New Zealand doing quite well for himself this afternoon as he chases down Naf. Raj won the last race out in Spa, let's not forget. So yeah, Raj is on form as we speak. Tobolov now will begin to hunt back on Brad M. And I tell you what though, if the guys in second, third, and fourth start battling a lot, I wouldn't rule out Top for a potential podium just yet. Because look how close all those drivers are from second down to eighth.
Yeah, they're relatively close. So if anything happens, someone will take the cake for the opportunity.
Absolutely. And Tobolov's first mission is trying to get past Brad M, the Singaporean driver. So yeah, Tobolov he's getting used to being stuck behind the Z4s a lot this afternoon, isn't he? He's spending a lot of time behind them.
We can't deny that the Z4 is such a nice platform with the GT3 cars, especially the vanilla cars.
Absolutely. Potentially in the future we may see some DLC GT3s. That shall be seen. But as we see Tobolov here, he has the pace over Brad M, so he can afford to be patient. Yeah, Tobolov currently second in the championship.
Oh, they're understeering
goodness.
a lot.
Yeah, especially the ones in dirt, yeah. So Tobolov.
Oh, Brad M is losing the rear there.
Yeah, Brad M had a bit of a moment there. So I wonder if that's going to be something that comes back to haunt him down into turn number 1. Not really. Brad M seems to use the grunt of that Beamer engine quite well in the turn 1, and he should have that 6th place secured for now. But just like anything in racing, nothing's a given, and Tobolov is right there to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, the gap at the moment for the top 7 is too close for comfort, but Brad M has surely backed off from the rest of the group, having a 1.8 gap between 5th place.
Brad M is a bit of a he's a bit of a blockade for Tobolov in his fight back, isn't he? Like, look at the gap, look at that train. If Tobolov can get past Brad M, he can potentially. He's had the race pace. He was chasing that. As we say that, he may be going for a move this time around the outside. He should have a lot better chance this time of making it stick, because he doesn't. Oh, and he made it stick. He did have 2 wheels over the white line. Tobolov up into 6, and now he can start to make inroads on the guys in front of him for a potential podium. And Scooby's done quite well after the. He's not been on the pace this weekend, as we see Brad M having a bit of a look, and that will now open the door for Raven, as Raven will now try to get past Brad M. Scooby, for not having as much pace this weekend, he's done himself quite well to still have a chance at the podium come the end of the race. So, yeah, Scooby once again doing quite well for himself. As let's talk about Alex Dew. He's not had the pace today, has he? The race winner from Zandvoort.
I think it's purely down from being unlucky with the race itself. But he has shown his pace for it in qualifying, right? We saw him
Absolutely.
in the top 5.
He did do a 59 in qualifying, I believe. So, as my room has got really dark, I think it's going to rain outside, so I might have to head upstairs really quick and turn the lights on. But oh my god, look how close these guys are.
Yeah, but
in literally throw a blanket over all of them.
Exactly. Look at now. Ballista's just running away with the race.
He is, and I think he's setting consistent.
Naf is just doing a good job backing these guys off.
Yeah, I think I've got the timings up now finally. Ballista on the last lap did a 2-minute 0.6, while the cars behind him did a 2-minute 2.1. Now Slushy Cat did a 2-minute 1.4. They're all on medium tires at the moment, so yeah, Ballista really setting the pace at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, but at the moment I can see Tobolov making his inroads, closing down to the guys in front. Yeah, as you see there in the screen. Not really doing too much, but there's improvement nonetheless.
Absolutely.
He's just doing a great job blocking the rest of the competition for Ballista.
Yeah, in a way, what he's doing right now is actually helping Ballista more than anything, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. If there's anyone... Yeah?
Yes? No, go on, sorry.
Yeah, if there's anyone who's going to give the fight back, it's supposed to be the rest of the group. But at the moment, of course, Naf is battling with Ballista in terms of points and championship standing.
Yeah, on this current lap, Ballista was 3/10 faster than Naf through the first sector. So Raj was seen to be a 10th up on Naf himself. Tobolo has set the fastest first sector on that previous lap. He's just done a 43.2, and he's done a personal best 49.9 through the middle sector. So Tobolo now will slowly start to close in on these two.
Yeah, look at the gap at the moment. It's starting to go from 1 second left in terms of the gap.
Yeah, incredible. We've got 5 cars in with the chart at the final 2 spots on the podium for race 1. And let's not forget, a lot of these drivers are fighting for the pro spots as well.
Exactly.
As Ballista once again Ballista's pace this race has been ridiculous. I don't think he's done a single lap outside of 2 minutes.
I think he's surely back and refreshed.
He's just in a 2-minute 0.5. All that Minecraft grind has clearly worked somehow for the Japanese driver.
What can I say? It sharpens your reaction.
Pablo, though, nearly set the fastest lap on the previous lap of the race. Pablo set a 2-minute 2.291, whereas Ballista's fastest lap is a 2.49. So he was just about half a tenth, just under half a tenth behind Ballista's best lap.
It's clearly showing he's right up behind Scooby-Doo.
There we go. Yeah, power of sector time. And once again, Tobolov has set the fastest sector 1. He's had ridiculous pace, and this bodes well for him in the reverse grid race as well, if he finishes where he is at the moment. But I'm pretty sure the racer inside him does not care about that one bit. The only thing he wants to do right now is move forward.
Exactly. As a driver, you have always take maximum points.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Raj and Naf has been maintaining that gap between them. Not really a lot of moves happening between these two.
Like I said, it's very difficult to make a move with Suzuka because the braking zone is not small. But you can bet your bottom dollar that if Raj gets one sniff, one slight chance, he's gonna go for it. And honestly, this is like I said, this is gonna be a bit like Zandvoort, where there's gonna be intense racing, not as much wheel to wheel. But one mistake can make or break your whole race at the moment, and we can see that.
Scooby-Doo is just within 100 there.
Yeah, Scooby's right there on Slushy. As you can see how much more curb Scooby's taking there. So, yeah, unless something out of norm happens, Ballista seems to have had this race locked and secured. 25 points heading his way as he begins his championship fight back. But his main championship rival at the moment is having to fight tooth and nail with 4 laps to go to maintain the second spot on the podium at the moment.
And Slushy
gone
Cat's
wide
having
there.
a moment, yeah. Scooby-Doo as well is eating the curbs on the inside of the first corner.
Scooby tried to make a move on Slushy, and there was a bit of contact, I believe, and that's going to put Tobolov in a great position around the outside.
My
Norwegian
goodness
driver.
me!
Yeah, they're going to still go side by side. And Tobolov should have the inside going into here. He should have the move done now. And Tobolov,
Scooby's some grass.
Yeah, and Tobolov into 5th place. What did I say? Don't count him out just yet. And Tobolov is showing incredible pace. But what a fight back. It's a story of what may have been if he didn't make that mistake, isn't it? But it's great to see Tobolov fighting back, using his experience and wisdom of all the years in racing. Yeah, he begins his fight back. Getting the podium is a stretch. But if Naf and Raj really start to battle, who knows? And Naf, obviously, Raj has not got a lot to lose, has he? But Naf has got a lot to lose right now if he has a bit of a moment.
Exactly, especially they're really fighting. There's such a small gap now in terms of the championship.
I'm really impressed with Naf's ability to not make a mistake, because it would be so easy for a driver to see his championship rival running away with the race while you'll be hounded and harassed by 3 or 4 drivers behind you. He's not put a foot wrong. I've really been impressed by Naf so far this race.
You say that, but for me, Raj hasn't been doing any attempt recently. So yeah.
Yeah, but just the sheer intensity of having a driver so close to you, lap after lap, at a similar pace, where you know one mistake can make the difference between a championship or not. So he's doing quite well for himself to not make a mistake so far.
I think it's down to psychology. It's just not looking at the rear view mirror. But yeah, but look at Naf there.
Sorry about that.
A lot of rubber banding happening.
Yeah, a lot of rubber banding happening. 3 laps to go. And Raj at the moment still not making a move. He just does not seem to be able to get close enough for in the right areas for himself to make a move.
He's flashing him now.
Yeah, he's really starting to close, and I think Naf had a bit of a moment there, and he's really starting to put the pressure on Naf. And I wonder if Raj is potentially gonna size up a move into sector 2. Yeah, he realizes what's at stake here. A second place here for the Indian driver, still with an outside shot of getting a pro spot next season. So a lot to fight for both these drivers just yet. All these drivers rather, because Slushy Cat as well fighting for a pro spot, Tobolov as well, Scooby as well. Yeah, these guys have got a lot to fight for, and this is the closest Raj has been.
Though.
Yeah, I think Naf on a tight defensive line. I think honestly Raj should have expected that and should have gone for a much wider line. Yeah, he didn't do himself favors because Naf was always going to cover the inside with the gap he had. So, and that's just going to compromise his run all the way down to the spoon curve. So, yeah, Naf has done quite well to weather the storm. This rubber banding is really throwing me off.
Yeah, it's a bit of a troll, I guess. But yeah, there we go. He's slowing down now.
Yeah, he is as well.
I think his rubber banding is giving him an advantage here.
This is the most Ballista race I've ever seen from Ballista.
13.7 now on the gap is something else, but here we go. Naf made the mistake of going wide.
And there we go, Raj around the outside. Naf's gonna have to be careful.
Slushy got from behind.
What's up?
Tobolov has gone round. No.
What happened there?
It's like a Mark Marquez scenario for him now.
Oh dear, what happened there? We're gonna have to wait to see at the end of the race what happened between those 3. Yeah, unfortunate for Tobolov. Oh my god, the rubber banding from Naf is really throwing me off. But Raj up into 2nd place, and that could be crucial 3 championship points that Naf concedes, as Raven once again just keeping it clean in 7th place and bringing home the points. Scooby has had a very bad race. I think he was caught up in that incident as well. It seemed to be Slushy, Top and Scooby were having their little battle there, and something had to give, and sure enough it did. So it'll be interesting to see at the end of the race what happened there. But yeah, wow.
I'm starting to believe someone just outbroke themselves and just tapped the guy in front just a bit. Enough to throw someone off.
Well, Scooby was the one. Scooby and Tobolo were the ones behind Slush in that scenario. So if that was the case, then it was probably the driver behind that caused it. So we'll see. We'll see at the end of the race. Maybe the guys ahead braked, or I don't know. It's all assumption at this point. But Raven now eyeing up a potential sixth spot here from Scooby. Oh, she's setting a dummy
Oh
on
my
Scooby.
god, he just set it on the grass! Collected Brad M in the process!
Oh,
I'll tell you what though,
very-
that's not a move that should be done by an...
I did
Not
not
quite
expect that from
professional.
Raven, as Naf is gone for it as well. Oh my god, these drivers now are really starting to put the issue, aren't they? Oh yeah, that's unfortunate luck for him. But it seems as though Brad M has escaped. He's still in 6th place, isn't he? Well, 7th now.
Yep.
He must have some sort of damage, but Raven definitely got the bigger end of that stick. That's
Yep.
for sure.
Both Raven and Tobelov, the veterans in terms of the Artito server,
Yeah.
made mistakes out there today.
They are human after all.
Exactly.
I don't know if one guy. I need confirmation on one driver who I don't believe is human. That's Ballista. He starts his final lap.
16-2 now.
And he's
Such
still
a gap.
inconsistent. And he's had inconsistent 2-minute flats. He's gonna get a home win, most likely in front of his adoring home fans. He's gonna get his championship right, and he looks to gain 10 points on his championship rival. The gap will come down to 26 points, 23 if Naf can get this move on Raj. Yeah, Naf will have to really throw everything at it. Is it going to be a BMW 1-2, or will Ferrari spoil BMW's plan of getting a 1-2 this weekend, as Raj at the moment seems to have the pace. Slushy Cat there in 4th to pick up the pieces if these two have a bit of a moment. As Scooby's now got 5th place secured, which is, I think that's a decent result for Scooby considering everything that happened to him this race and this weekend so far. He's not had the pace, he's had so many incidents. To get 5th place come the end of the race, great job from him.
Yeah, not
if he
bad,
can hold
but
it
could be
to it.
worse.
Could be worse, but obviously we'll have to have a look at the replay to see what happened between those 3 drivers on the previous lap. But yeah, so far great showing from...
Oh, there's a
yeah,
bit of
the
a tap there on
Indonesian.
Rush. Did you see that?
Yeah, I don't know if that was latency or what, because they seem to be quite far apart. Yeah, it seems as though there was a bit of fun. Is Naf going to have a look into the hairpin? No, he's not. He sizes it up quite well.
Oh,
Ryan
he
is from
gave it the tap!
Oh!
Naf just
Wow.
absolutely gave him the pit maneuver.
Oh no, and Naf is potentially, he was waiting to let Raj through. He's trying to let Raj through, but all he's done at the moment is also let Slushy, and Slushy Cat's going to end up getting 2nd place in this race.
Oh my goodness me, Slushy Cat.
Let's come on board to Ballista, shall we? Once again, look at him. He has no idea of all the drama that's happened behind him. The Minecraft guide has clearly paid off. He's gonna gain 10 points, potentially more, on his championship rival. Ballista crosses the line, and wow,
He's
what
back,
a
ladies
drive.
and gentlemen. He is back.
And as you do, that's a 59.8 on his last lap. Wow, what a drive.
Yeah, this-
and let's put that happen. And what did I say about dark horses this weekend? Slushy Cat, what a great drive. Take a bow. 2nd place in the race. She's done well to keep it clean. And yeah, 2nd place for her. Great showing for the Thai driver. Naf will round out the podium. But obviously we'll have to look at the post-race investigation. Most likely a 5-second penalty coming his way. That will probably demote him down to 5th. And if that is the case, well, yeah, there's going to be that's going to have big championship implications. We're potentially talking around 6 points.
Raj will not be happy about that incident, clearly.
There was a lot. First, we had Brad M and Raven going into that chicane, and then we had Naf and Ballista. Naf and Raj going into the last chicane. So, wow, that last chicane, or not last chicane rather, the hairpin, throwing up a bit of spanner in the works there in the final few laps.
Well, there's just something else. It is clearly reminding me of 2014 Mercedes-Benz back in Melbourne, where they finished 20 seconds ahead of everybody.
Yeah, right.
Very casual. He's like a god among all men when it comes to the GT cars. Well, not only the GT cars as well, but in terms of the raw pace compared to the rest of the grid, he is something else. God among men.
Let's not forget, his fastest lap was 3/10 faster than Alessio Siri and Hydro. And he's not been practicing much either. The man clearly has had the pace this weekend.
Yep.
And the championship challenge begins again for Ballista as he faces that elusive 4th championship.
Well, there we go. We rounded off the first race, and give the overall.
Yes, so Ballista wins the race quite comfortably. Slushy Cat, like I said on the last lap, just there to pick up the pieces if something went wrong, and she did. In second place, Naf in third. Post-race penalty might be coming his way, which might promote Raj up into third, but for the moment, Naf rounding out the podium. Raj in fourth, Scooby in fifth. Alex Dew, great to see him back up in sixth after the disastrous start he had. Brad M in seventh. Raven with eighth. Potentially a penalty coming her way as well. Tobolov, a story of what may have been in ninth, but he did show incredible pace, and he should have quite a good position for the reverse grid race. So great to see Tobolov up there. Rogers in 10th for the Mercedes, so both Mercedes cars getting points. Great for them. Rafi in 11th, Felix in 12th, our last finisher, and Peter in 13th to DNF down to an issue. We're only halfway through, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a reverse grid race yet to come.
Tobolov just reminds me of Mark Marquez in Jerez.
Oh yeah, as well. Oh, that's right. Yes, that's what you were referring to when you talked about Marquez.
Yeah.
I was wondering what the reference was to. Yeah.
Well, fortunately, he's not injured.
Take it away. I'll be right back.
Right, as the first race draws to a close, it's now time for the second race, which is a reverse grid race. And after all that excitement and from the train that developed back there, I'm starting to believe that the reverse grid race will be something else. Hopefully the other commentary team is still alive. Show signs of life, please.
We're here. I'm just Raj is being tamed right now on general chat, which is good.
Yeah,
I expected something explosive from him.
I was expecting something explosive as well. That's really something else that happened there.
I think I'm back. I think that's definitely a 5-second time penalty coming Rogers' way and Ravens' way. So we'll see come the end of the race, but they seem pretty slam dunk to me. Kindred Garlic, our lead commentator, said he's too busy and he's still playing Team Fortress 2. Nice. He's still playing Team Fortress 2. Oh god. Good old Garlic. You could have just told he's had enough of us, right? I'm kidding. Alright, reverse grid race. I'm out of water.
And what's happening with the camera?
There it is to stabilize it. So Felix has got pole position for this race. Rafi in second. And is that Rogers in third?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
I
might
can
be.
confirm it is Rogers in third place.
Tobolov in fourth place. Great position for him, potentially, to make some damage in this race. So, yeah, like I said, that's the beauty of reverse good race. You have one bad race, you still have another race to make it up. So, hopefully Tobolov can take advantage of that and see what he can do. So, 45 seconds for the start sequence to begin in the second race. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the second race. Like I said, I expect a lot of moves, to say the least. It is a very difficult track to overtake. This might be a bit of a slow burner like Zandvoort all over again. But let me tell you now, I'll be very surprised if those cars finish the exact same way they're starting at the moment. As I can't see how many seconds are left till the end of the race.
Taking a screenshot.
Okay.
There we go.
There it is. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So, Felix on pole position, Rafi alongside him, Rogers in third, Tobolov in fourth, Raven in fifth. We've got Brad M in sixth, as we've got the 6 red lights going off. And it's go for the reverse grid race. Rafi seems to have had a pretty good start.
Hit the wall there, just a bit.
Oh, Brad M had a very messed start. I think he had a lot of wheel spin there. Rafi should have the inside going into turn number 1. Rafi will force the issue.
There it is.
Felix
is sliding.
Felix is sliding. These two fighting tooth and nail. Tobolov up in the third place. Rogers up in fourth. He's got Raven right behind him. The two Mercedes teammates, as there's a bit of a moment between. I think that's Peter and Brad M.
Yeah.
Peter and Brad M. Peter not having.
By Naf. What happened there? Scooby as well has been collected.
Restart work. Quick. Can you type it in chat? Restart work.
Should I type it now?
Yes. Quick.
Wait,
As quick as you can.
Was it do you have to put slash or just what?
No. Just put restart. Just put a restart vote. Are you in the server? Oh my Jesus!
Not this one. Do it.
Oh.
Do it myself. I don't know what to do.
No, I want you to request a restart. Like like in the public servers when you're not an admin, you put the restart session vote. That.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my goodness me! Hang on. Take away commentary.
Yep. As we have null in the commentary there, but should I touch? I think I will type.
No, don't type restart. Just say restart vote. Tobolo is even. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, at the moment it's gonna be hectic at this point.
Right.
I don't have much say when it comes to this.
Well, we've got 5 seconds to reach a decision here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Are we gonna restart? Not fast. Okay, we're going racing then, ladies and gentlemen. So the restart vote
It is
was
a 53. Was it? Were we going with 50?
Was it 53%?
It's 53.85. It's a restart.
Right. All right, we are restarting. There we go. Forgot about that. So yeah, we are restarting. Is Naf still in the race, or is he left altogether?
He left.
So, oh my goodness me! Hang on. It's hard doing a race director's job and commentating at the same time. So sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know what we were talking about in the beginning.
Hang on.
So once again, calm before the storm. When it comes to race 2, yeah, the restart after that massive incident between the drivers, which Tobolov has spun and collected multiple drivers in the process. You have yet to see the full story of it.
Right, and I'm back. Sorry about that. Just having a good conversation with Tobolo, our stewards and moderators. 30 seconds to go, and hopefully, and Jake, second time of asking, we can get underway relatively smoothly.
What now?
Hopefully, for the second time of asking, we can get away relatively smoothly. So here we go. Lights coming on very shortly. We're going to have 6 red lights as the start sequence begins again. Is going to be Felix once again on pole position, Rafi in second as we've got the 6 red lights. And it's go once again for the reverse grid race at Suzuka. It seems as though top 3 got a pretty even start. I think Rogers had a pretty good getaway there as they will barrel into turn number 1. Where am I? Alright, here we go.
Rafi.
Oh, Rafi really pushing the issue there. Rafi will take the lead once again.
The last place. Oh, someone hit the wall. Rogers hit the wall hard there.
Oh, I think Rogers lost the back end there. And yeah, unfortunate for the Swiss driver. As we see, is that Alex Chu?
Yes, Alex indeed.
No. Alex not having a great outing. And
lots of the drivers are having their moment into the SS.
can I just add something? Ballista might walk away with the championship lead come the end of the race if all goes his way, I believe. Wow. What a turnaround that may be. But anyways, that's still to go as we have another I don't know what you're in place. Kovalev in third place, but it's a lot better for the second time of asking for the Norwegian driver. He's got Scooby in fourth. We've got Ballista in ninth at the 8th at the moment. So Kovalev, he had a meh first race, but like I said, he gets a second chance as Peter once
wide,
again.
Yeah.
Peter's gone wide there. Not ideal for the Hungarian driver, I'd like to say. Is he Hungarian? I believe he is.
Yes, he is Hungarian, but Ballista is having a good first
Double
lap
over
there.
the second. Tobolov and Felix going at it. Battle. Here we go. Thank you. So yeah, Tobolov around the outside, trying to make it stick. He's got Scooby behind him, and this will be big come the end of the race, because look at the gap he has to Ballista and the cars behind him. So Tobolov up into second place, doing well for himself, and he's going to chase after Raffi now. It's a Ferrari 1-2 here at Suzuka. Felix, though, will try to say something about that, but he has gone wide. He cannot gain a lasting advantage there going into the chicane. He will try for a move around the outside, and
he slowed down. Raffi slowed down in front of him. Oh, that was a yellow flag if you ever asked for one. He slowed down right in the apex and get...
Oh my god, what's happening? Yeah, they're going 3 wide in the turn 1. Scooby's going for the lead. Incredible.
Oh, Raffi collected Felix as well. And he collected Scooby and Raj. There we go. We might have another restart on our hands.
Oh my god, Ravens just had Christmas. If this race restarts, Ravens not gonna be happy. What's the vote?
41. We're continuing and we're pushing on.
Oh my goodness me. Raven is leading the race. We may have a female 1-2 at Artito come the end of the race. Who would have thought that? I will be right back. Hang on.
Wow, and these drivers are really getting the nerves between each other now. Lots of mistakes and lots of antics happening, especially with the Ferraris in front.
I'm feeling for Raj really bad.
Yeah, exactly, and for Tobolov as well. It's been quite tough for him this race, and imagine just doing your own race and hitting someone in front who clearly parked it on the apex. But yep, this is racing. This is what happens. I don't think it's intentional though. But here we go, as Abby has mentioned that we might have a female 1-2 here for the very first time in Artito racing history.
Yeah, wow. Slushy Cat wouldn't count her out for a win just yet as well. She definitely has had the pace this weekend. Ballista at the moment not close enough, but you can't count out Ballista, can you? Surely not.
He's still there.
He's still there. I'm telling you, man. I've still got Ballista for this win. I'm telling you now. He's still gonna be there come the end of the race.
Pushing with the fastest lap of 2:01.
Yeah, so Raven now really starting to stretch her legs. And yeah, like I said, everybody crashed in front of her, and the seas just parted way for her, didn't they? She just cleanly swooped into the lead. Incredible. So, as Slushy Cat now starts harassing Scooby, and let's not forget, Scooby's not going to be an easy driver to overtake.
Never.
Hard but fair racer. So, going to be interesting to see as Tobolov has left the session. Unsurprisingly, I will be right back. I'm just going to have a conversation with Tobolov. Can you take it away again really quick? Sorry, I'm having to do double duty at the moment.
So right now we're seeing a battle developing between Scooby and Slushy Cat. Will this be a potential for a 1-2, at least for the race? We still have yet to finish the race, and still in lap 3. And I'm not gonna count out Ballista here, as he's already making moves and getting ever so closer with Brad M. At the moment, he has only half a second gap between them. Now 3/10 between them. And it's really developing right now. Getting ever so close now as we get to the spoon curve.
Sainz also managing anger management for drivers right now.
That's a lot. That's a lot for his job. But yeah, carrying over with the commentary, it's just a bit of a null in the action as they are settling into their positions. But I won't count them out yet. Slushy has actually not have done a good job in terms of chasing Scooby. As I say that, and Slushy Cat has actually gone a tenth faster than Scooby. Basically ate my words there, but here we go. There we are. There's the proof. And Slushy now getting closer and closer to that M3. Clearly, both of them have the pace, but who will come out on top? Raven actually doing a pretty good and a solid job in terms of maintaining that first place. The gap has been really nice for her.
Look at that ballista pace. It's so scary how fast he's gaining time.
Yes, but at the moment, if you're looking at his driving style, it's just so calm. Surgical.
Yeah, he has all the time in the world to catch up.
Exactly.
So, hurry.
Yeah, his main primary objective here is just to pass cleanly and safely without really compromising anything. But yeah, we've known Ballista as a very patient and safe driver, not really making those nuclear moves that we have seen from the other drivers.
Just to update, our race director is being ripped to shreds by our angry drivers right now, so hold on.
Yep. And Slushy Cat now getting closer, just 0.100 there before this Casio triangle, but there we are. Everybody's taking liberties up the curbs. And Ballista is now advanced to the 4th position as he takes Brad M. And I don't know what happened in Brad M there. There might be something that happened, maybe a moment for him.
Can't do two things at once, hang on.
But yeah, at the moment, Slushy is getting closer and closer to Scooby. Not really, not that much. But for the moment, the top 3 is maintaining, and Scooby has done a great job as well in getting nearer to Raven and not really running away with the race. It's controller play. It's this top 3. This Scooby-Doo and Slushy has been playing with the controller and just seeing how much the difference between the controller and the direct drive player, which we have in the first place. So this might be a glimpse of what equipment can give to you. How much in return you can get with having better equipment or having the necessary equipment. But yeah, at the moment, it's not looking bad for the controller players. They're really holding their ground. As they go to the back stretch, everybody's within half a second now. Really close between each other. It's gonna be a train developing as Scooby-Doo and Slushy Cat nears the first place. On towards our 6th lap at the moment, and Raven is still in front of the pack and leading the race. Ballista sets a fastest lap of 2-minute flat .205. He is clearly a man on a mission to do a 1-2 first race and the second race finish in first. He is built something else.
Well, he is in home territory, so
It should be expected, right? But yeah, how quickly can the Ballista dispose of these drivers in front of him to regain the first place?
don't say dispose. A bad word for that.
Well, I can't really find the necessary words for it, but there we are. How much work he has to put in to gain first place. We will see.
It must be unnerving having the lista at your back right now.
Exactly.
So,
It's not
especially
doing well.
when we
Slushy is
oh my
loses the back end and hits
Oh,
Scooby at the
come
process.
on. Fuck God.
And Ballista has actually gained a position there, not really doing much and just keeping his nose clean at the moment. He's now hounding and harassing Scooby-Doo. Before we even get into the spoon curves, here we go. He might make a move down the inside, not quite. Takes better of himself and stays patient.
What is this now? What is this new thing?
He does have the toe in the backstretch, maybe, just maybe in 130R. But we have seen in the past, in the first race, that Scooby is well confident in the 130R. Cashew corner maybe, not quite, but he is there. He is clearly there,
He is
and
there. And Ballista's going to be right on him, isn't he?
Yeah,
Got to
exactly.
time get to. But Raven still at the moment sitting quite comfortable, and with that Mercedes straight line speed, it's going to be hard for even someone like Ballista to find a way past her. So
I'll tell you what, though, this is a classic battle between Scooby and Ballista once again.
yeah, but what if had Raven leading a race in her return? She's done well. She's kept it clean. I'll say this: she's kept it clean when a lot of other drivers haven't. And if she does go on to win this race, or at least get a podium, she will thoroughly deserve it. She's earned it today.
Still, we have less than half. Did I say less than half of the lap of the race now? But that's still quite long in terms of the GT cars. Still plenty of time
Well, we're only
to do
halfway
action,
through the
but
race
here we
now.
go. We might see
Oh my
Ballista go around the outside
for it.
nose, switches back.
Into
Maybe?
Degna 1. No, he was going to go into Degna 1, and he's sort of sized up for the exit of Degna 2 and potentially into the hairpin. Scooby will obviously run that tight defensive
That's
line. You know
close.
Ballista's going to expect it. Look at that. He knew he was expecting that. He's going to get a much wider turn, and he's going to get a good exit, but Scooby got an even better exit through the middle of the corner. So Scooby holds station, but Ballista once again showing his experience with his racecraft, putting his cars in exactly the right positions where a lot of other drivers just don't for some reason.
Exactly, with all this action brewing up, Raven has now developed a 2-second gap between the second place drivers of Scooby-Doo.
Absolutely, and at the moment, as things stand, NAF will be leading the championship by 1 point, I believe. Or
Wow.
actually, Ballista might actually be leading the championship as things stand as well. And
It's clearly a DNF for him.
it was
Oh,
disappointed.
Scooby runs wide.
Scooby's run wide, and Ballista's gonna have he's gonna have the exit,
And he
Scooby
loses
not
on the
break him.
brakes.
Yep, and then Ballista's gonna bring it around nicely. Oh, he's ran wide himself there. Rare mistake there
But
from
very
the Japanese
close,
driver.
though.
Yep, Scooby will run that tight defensive line once again. And remember what I said on top. We'll save that thought for a bit. We'll save that for a bit later. At the moment, as Ballista sizes up a move going into turn number 1, not enough. Scooby just has him at arm's length once again there into turn 2 as they'll go into the S's. And this is just allowing Raven, who's potentially closing in on a first win.
It's a potential.
Incredible.
Yes, that is true. He is still a lot of kilometers to cover. But
Yeah,
still,
I wonder if Ballista's thinking about a championship, or does he just want to win the race at the moment? What do you think? I think he wants to win the race. With NAF out of the equation now, he
I think
wants
it's
to win
both.
this race.
I think he wants both. The only way to do
Well,
that is to finish first.
Exactly, and he will try his absolute best. He is potentially looking at a full 50 points this afternoon, and what a comeback this has been from Ballista when everybody else. This is what surprises me time and time again. Look at that. Whereas other drivers would have gone for that little gap on the inside. Look at how patient he is, even with 5 laps to go in the championship in the balance, as he closes in on Scooby. That M3 GT2 serving him well on the straights, isn't it?
Who knew Minecraft could be an essential tool for training race car drivers?
Absolutely.
Maybe Max Verstappen's tool of choice when it comes to training.
Well, Max does it on FIFA, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Pulling players. Getting aside though, here we are once again in the backstretch. Will Ballista have the opportunity to make the move on Scooby-Doo down at 130R? He goes round
Oh,
the
he's gonna go
outside.
around the outside. Oh my god, watch
Oh,
out!
not quite, but he goes wide.
He was forced wide there, I think. And is he gonna go for the move into the chicane?
Not quite, not close
gonna be,
enough.
not quite. Yep, Slushy closes in quite substantially there as well.
If you're gonna ask me,
Ballista.
it's now or never for Ballista.
Yeah, I think now we're getting into a territory where Raven's just securing that race win, isn't she?
Yeah, it's 3 seconds
Ballista's
up
going.
now.
Scooby's gone defensive into turn number 1. Ballista, we're gonna see an aggressive side of Ballista now. Is he gonna go for the move? And I
it's
think he
looking-
is. He's looking, and when you see him going for an out, when you see him placing that car on the outside at unorthodox places, that just shows to me that he is really trying at the moment to try and win this race. He wants to go back to back. He wants maximum points. He wants as many wins as possible. He's a born racer. But Scooby, once again, he's a spanner in the works. He's like a roadblock, isn't he, in Ballista's path once again?
That is true, and all this battling that's brewing up between the two of them is really helping Raven to win her first race?
Yeah, I think
In
this will be
Artito.
Raven's first win. Yeah, this will be her first race win, definitely.
And officially
And
the
in return-
first women.
Female as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ballista's going to be close enough. Going into the chicane, he's going to have a chance here. If he can make this move, he's going to go for it around the outside. These two are very experienced. You know that they're going to relatively keep it clean. Slushy is enjoying this battle as well. But I think now
Tell you what,
it's going to take him.
if
that
something
gap is
happens
almost
between
up-
them, Slushy might have an opportunity for a 1-2 female finish.
Absolutely, but oh my god, you can see Ballista flashing the lights there ever so slightly. I don't know if that was just an illusion or what. Slushy's gone wide there, so she's going to put herself out of the equation for now. But oh my god, it's really tough for Ballista to watch Raven. He knows he can win this race. He knows he has the pace to go and catch up to her. But the only problem he's got is he's got a very wide BMW M3 in front of him at the moment.
He's
got
dipped
on
a
the
bit in
grass there.
grass.
I think he should be just fine. Oh my god, he's really hustling that car. He's going to try to move for around the outside. Not going to be close enough. That
Both
grass
of
on the
them
tire is going to
break
affect him.
themselves.
Yeah, that grass on the tire not helping. And this is just securing Raven her first win potentially here at Artito Racing. What a
3.7
comeback this
now.
would be. And yeah, with that pace Raven's got at the moment, 2 minute 1.3. Even if Ballista was to get past Scooby, it would be very difficult for him to chase her back down. So, oh my god, crazy. I can't keep up with all this action this afternoon. This has been ridiculous.
Motec Girl might have the opportunity here to win.
Absolutely. And we see Ballista just stuck behind Scooby. Yeah, like I said to you on top of the show, man, this is going to be a very difficult track to overtake, and it's proving once again here.
I want to tell you, how frustrating is it that you know that you can push to a higher, with a faster lap time, just being stuck behind the slow car that you know you can overtake, but you can't seem to do it. How frustrating is that for a driver like Ballista?
It is very frustrating because they're not doing anything wrong, because they're just entitled to race. Oh my God,
Slushy Cat is trying to introduce her nose down the inside.
Yeah, I think it's unless Raven makes a mistake, I think the race wins are gone cause now. I think Raven's just securing herself a potential first win. And I don't think there'll be any questions about her driving. Oh my god, he's gonna go for it into spoon car.
This might be
He's gone
the
wide!
opportunity.
He's forced him! Oh, Scooby's come back on the track. Oh, he's gonna go
He's
wide.
still wide, he's still wide.
He's still wide. Oh my god, he just has a car length. Oh, this is...
It's gonna be
Like I
interesting.
said-
3 wide maybe into the 130R.
Oh my god, someone's gonna have to give it the chicane. I can tell you that now. I don't know who's gonna give, but someone's gonna have to give here.
This is too close for comfort indeed. Ooh, and Ballista might sneak that in, but not quite, not yet. Still being patient. Everybody's following their toe. Everybody's weaving and ducking down the straight just to try and defend, or maybe try
Oh,
and
he's gonna
overtake
go around the outside. Round the outside, maybe? Not quite. Oh, he's gonna outbrake
force
himself.
wide.
Scooby's made a big mistake. That's it. And Ballista's found a way, but he's got 5 seconds to make up in 3 laps. I don't know if he can, but finally, he's found a way past the BMW driver. So here we go. The chase begins now.
He's already making a gap between Scooby-Doo. Ballista is now a man on a mission.
He's got a man on a mission. He's got Raven in front of him. He wants 2 wins in a row. Scooby really starting to struggle there as Slushy potentially looking at 2 consecutive podiums. She's showing incredible consistency this season, isn't she? But
Yes, that is true.
it seems, yeah, it's going to be tough for Ballista to make up that gap, man.
I'm sorry for the wrong naming scheme here, but this is actually the gap between Raven and Ballista.
Yeah, I figured. So you have to also wonder how much tires did Ballista use up trying to get past Scooby. That's going to be another question to look into. So yeah, Ballista at the moment gaining, but he's not gaining enough, and it seems as though Raven 2 laps away potentially at the end of this one for a first ever female win. And unlike in Phillip Island, this one may stand.
You have to remember, she just has to keep it clean.
Just has to keep it clean. Easier said than done though, especially when you've got Ballista. Look at the gap Ballista's made up on the cars behind her. That just shows how much pace he had in hand. And that also shows, and that also showed how much how well Scooby defended, to be fair.
Yep.
Once again, Scooby hard but fair defending, but eventually that was always going to happen. Tell you what though, one mistake from Raven and still game on. It's under 4 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
And you have to wonder if the pressure is slowly starting to get on her.
But catching Raven is one thing. Will Ballista make the move on Raven once he catches her eventually? We have yet to know.
Well, the thing is, Ballista's been in these situations before. This is the first time Raven ever in Artito racing is in the lead of a race with 2 laps to go. Ballista's been here, done this multiple times, season after season. So
it's just a matter of who's going to crack under pressure.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's gonna. If Ballista cracks, it's not gonna be under pressure. He's driven it absolutely well. It's all for him to gain. It's all in the hands of Raven to lose, honestly, at this stage, because 3 seconds to go with a lap and a half. Yeah, as we can really see, Ballista.
It's actually down 3 seconds now.
He's gaining. Outside chance, you never know. Come the end of the race, you never know what's gonna happen.
No, I'm not gonna predict. I don't want to do any predictions here. I don't want to give any jinx to these drivers. I think they both deserve the win.
They both deserve their spot on the top 2 steps today, that's for sure. These two, once again, have kept it clean. And yeah, Raven, once again, showing her experience. 2.3.
Now, look at the gap! I think Raven made a mistake there.
She might have. It's 2 seconds. Oh my god.
Too close for comfort now.
This is too close for comfort. One mistake from Raven, and look at Ballista. Oh my goodness me. We're going into the last lap once again with no idea who's going to win the race. 1.7 seconds, and I think definitely Ballista can close that gap as we go on to the final lap. Like I said, he's been here, done that. Raven has never led the race. Going into the final lap, this is the first time. Is she closing in on the first win? Let's find out. 1 lap of racing left. Ballista was 2 seconds flat. He was 2 seconds quicker on that lap, and he's a second and a half behind. It may come down to the last chicane, Kenjay.
No, I'm starting to believe it will brew up somewhere in Spoon Curve or something.
Oh my god. The Mercedes is not going to have the pace through the first sector, so you know that Ballista in theory should really start to close in that gap. Yep, I'm monitoring at 1.3. Ballista, once again, you have to wonder if that extra lap or 2 he spent behind Scooby was enough to potentially deny him a win, but he's trying his absolute damn best to make sure that's not the case. Oh my god, Raven got a good exit through Dunlop there, but oh my god, 1 second.
1 second flat.
Oh my god, Kenneth, you did mention that it will brew up into spoon curves.
It might happen indeed.
It might happen. Oh my god, look at the pressure Ballista's putting on. 0.8 of a second. This guy is not human. Look at the gap he's pulled out on Slushy Cat over the last few laps.
Getting bigger and bigger on the rear view mirrors of that SLS.
He's driving like a man on a mission right now. But there's only going to be 2, potentially 3 braking zones if you think of 130R as a braking zone. So it's going to be the last corner. Yeah, it's gonna be on the last curve if it happens. You did say spoon curve might begin it, but oh my god, I think Raven's missed the corner, and I think Ballista's gonna be right on the tail. Oh my goodness, let's go on board with the Japanese driver. Oh my god,
0.4 seconds left.
This is gonna be it. You didn't mention it could brew up that spoon curve. I think you were right, but like I said, I think it will come down to the final corner. Raven, that Mercedes is going to struggle into 130R. Ballista, oh
Here
my
we
goodness,
go. He's
Raven's gone
lifting.
wide. He's lifting. Is he gonna go for a move around the outside? He
Raven
is.
just might have
But
done it.
Raven might have just
Raven
defended
might
it.
have just done it.
She has defended. She's put the car in exactly the right place, and Raven's gonna hold on for the first
Race
win.
2. What an
What
absolute win.
Oh my
I'll
God!
tell you
Let me
what,
tell
it
you
might
now,
be gifted,
what a
but
win.
that's still a very great piece of history that we have there.
She earned that win. She earned that win on a day when everybody else seemed to not keep it on the track. She did. She earned that win. Incredible driving from Raven. And we've got two females up on the podium.
Wow, what a moment of history for
Like
the
I
server.
said, like I said, if that extra lap or two that he spent behind Scooby might have actually made the difference.
Wow, imagine how much pressure how much nerves you have to see
What a
Ballista
race!
closing in on your rearview mirrors.
That is a very scary sight. As race two ends, Raven gets her first win. Ballista, he may have not got the win in the second race, but he's made a big inroad in terms of the championship. Slushy Cat in third place, Scooby in fourth, Raj in fifth, Brad M in sixth. Once again, great showing for the Singaporean rookie. Felix in seventh, Rafi in eighth, Rogers in ninth, and we had a lot of drivers DNF in that second race, which honestly will be looked into post race, and I'm gonna have to start taking care of that. So if you can start wrapping up the broadcast.
I have
That'd
to
be
say
great.
though, before we leave out the stream, just look at how much committed Ballista is in terms of
Yeah.
winning. Not
Yeah.
to mention he only got back.
He just got back. Incredible.
Well, anyways, time to wrap up the whole story and the whole shebang of the Suzuka Grand Prix here in the Artito
I've been
server.
flying sane. I've been flying sane. I have to head off.
And I've been-
Kenjay, you can do the.
Yep. I've been Ken Jake, and along with the rest of the crew of introduce yourself, boys. Of Corey, Rage Problem, and Rohe. That's been with us. We'll see you again next time.
See ya.
See ya.